Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing good. Welcome back to another episode of the Downbeat. My guests this week are Carson and Marty from the Callous Daoboys. I had to really pronounce that because I keep accidentally saying the Dallas Cowboys, which is obviously the pun on the name. If you don't know the band, they are a nuts blend of like Dillinger Escape Plan meets a Mike Patton project. Kind of like the Dillinger Escape Plan EP with Mike Patton, except they've got a violin, they've got saxophone, interesting instrumentation. We talk about how they write their nutty music. Carson is the singer, Marty is the drummer. I caught them that evening at the Attic in Glasgow, and it was unbelievable. Such a great show. Really, really love this band. You can catch them on tour right now. If you're listening to this on the day it comes out, you can catch them with See You Space Cowboy and Omerta on the weirdest mathcore tour of the summer. Check it out, www.thecallousdaoboys.com. Before we get started, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/the Downbeat. On it, you can get these episodes without any ads. You can get early access to the episodes. You can get early access to merch. The lowest tier is £1. I use that money to go on trips. I'll be going on a trip this year, thanks to the Patreon, to do new episodes, to upgrade the camera gear, to pay Simon, all that sort of stuff. Patreon.com/the Downbeat. If you do not like me, you hate watch this, you know the drill by now, but you got to look good. You got to look good while you're hating. www.thedownbeat.at. We got clothing. We got hoodies. Look, everything is really good. Just trust me. Even if you hate me, you will not get clothes this good for this money, okay? I've designed it. With money and style in mind. www.thedownbeat.at. So it spells Downbeat, loads of new stuff on there. This episode of The Downbeat, as ever, is brought to you by the lovely people at Displate. Displate make metal posters. Paper is out, guys. You ever get a bit of paper wet? You ever got an old dollar bill in your pocket? It's rubbish, right? You don't want it. What do? You use your card. Maybe you got a platinum card, right? That's made of metal. Metal is in. You know what's good about metal? Metal is magnetic. You know what's good about you making holes in your wall? Nothing. Displates mount on the wall with a magnet. It's so easy. You affix the protective leaf, then the magnet, and then bish, bash, bosh, straight up, that displate goes. You can change them out. They got everything. Sports teams. Do you like Elden Ring? You got the new Elden Ring? Guess what? There's official displays. Listeners of the Downbeat podcast can get a whopping 22% off 1 to 2 displays or 33% off 3 or more by going to www.displate.com/the Downbeat and use the code DOWNBEAT. Check it out. It's Carson and Marty of the Callous Daoboys on the Downbeat podcast.
I gotta drink more coffee, so I'll be funny.
Is the coffee indicative of humor?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just self-conscious that I'm not gonna be funny, so I drink more coffee. It offsets.
Nice, yeah, you know? Me too. And I talk too much. I'm on my third of the day.
Let's go.
My little Daoboys.
Hello.
I thought I'd come in as wacky as you guys.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can try. I mean, sure.
You want to introduce yourselves and what you do in the band first?
Sure.
I'm Marty. I play drums in the Callous Daoboys.
I'm Carson. I sing in the Callous Daoboys.
Fuck yeah. I'm Craig. These people call me Craig. And this is my podcast.
Craig?
Yeah.
I can say Craig.
No. It's Craig. It's Craig to you guys. It doesn't matter.
Craig.
It doesn't matter.
All right, gotcha.
You came in. I just want to say it because no one's ever done it. 2 guests. Everyone always comes in out around the outside.
Uh-huh.
And this is the sort of out-the-box thinking that you're going to get from Callous Daoboys. He went in this way.
It seemed more efficient to me. I'm going all the way. There's another chair here. Why?
I don't know why. I've never seen it done.
I mean,
it's progressive,
sure,
but it's getting the point across. Like you got there.
It's boundary pushing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the envelope pushed.
Consider it pushed.
Before we push the envelope further, let's talk about Marty's eyebrows.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Let's get into it.
You are fucking hot, dude.
Oh, buddy, the feeling's mutual.
I knew this was gonna come up. Yeah,
I mean, it comes up immediately because usually drummers ain't that hot. Sorry, guys.
I mean,
we're a rough looking bunch for the most part, I think.
And then like you're on tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the upkeep? What's the upkeep on those brows on tour?
Oh, it's
Did you do them
hard.
this morning?
No, my girlfriend is my eyebrow technician. So, right before I leave, she gives me the whole
Hell
wax down, gets me looking right, sends me off in a proper fashion.
You do take care of yourself very well on tour, though, I will say.
I try to. I do
It's
my
very
best.
admirable because I don't want to.
My personality sucks. So, so I got to keep the appearance looking good,
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, bro. That's why I do it.
Yeah, I mean, you get it.
You're not on a bus tour. You're on a van tour.
We are on a van tour, yeah. We've never done a bus tour, actually.
Really?
No, never.
How many times have you been to the UK?
This is our third time.
Yeah, third.
Yeah.
You're coming up on bus hours now.
I hope so, man. We did that entire Tesseract tour in like a van with bunks, and it was really, really tough.
It's brutal.
Oh, which one? Which one? The
Which
little grey one with no window.
it was a little black one, and the
Yeah, 6 little coffin bunks in the back.
real small.
Toilet or no toilet?
No,
no toilet.
toilet.
I know exactly the one.
Oh yeah,
That is rough.
No
Heater-
heat either.
heater didn't work. It was like January to February, 6 weeks.
Did you have a man that looked like he was from Spirited Away driving you?
I mean, Connor might as well look like that. Yeah,
Was it Connor?
Yeah.
it was Connor.
Are we
yeah.
just insulting your van right now?
Oh, it's not his van.
It's not his van. We won't say whose van it is, though.
Okay. Let's jump straight in on Download yesterday.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How was it?
Dream come true. I mean, truthfully, like, I think I've seen videos of Linkin Park playing Download from like 2000 or something like that, and just like watched stuff like that religiously. So to be playing it with my band was really, really nuts. Yeah, we played, I think, the smallest stage, but like there were still, I don't know, it was so full.
Dogtooth? Is that
yes,
still called that?
Dogtooth, yeah.
What time?
5:45, yeah.
Great slot. In a
Amazing
tent
slot.
while was it raining outside?
I think it started raining more after we played.
Yeah.
But regardless, it was full, and people were there to mosh. I'll tell you what, that just for about every song we had a pretty crazy pit.
Friday's kind of the best day if you want a mosh crowd because
Yeah,
people
everyone's
are-
fresh.
they're
No one's
so
tired
fresh.
yet. Yeah.
Let me just fuck myself up. I'm feeling myself. I'm
Yeah.
not covered in mud yet.
And there's so much mud for how much they mosh, too. I can't
Yeah,
imagine.
I was impressed with how much moshing was going on despite the mud.
I've been going to Download. It's got to be, I reckon I went to my first Download in 2003.
Whoa.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm old. And I think maybe I can think of about 4 that weren't raining.
Who was playing in 2003?
Slipknot. Pretty fucking no, it wouldn't be 2003, it'd be 2005. It was 2005.
Okay.
Might even be 2006. Either way, right, I can tell you because I
Sure.
remember I was there.
Yeah.
First band on the Snickers stage, which was the smallest stage then, right,
That's awesome.
was a little band that I'd never heard of on their tour for an album called From Mars to Sirius called Gojira.
No way.
They opened it.
No shit.
And my friend was like, "Oh, you got to come watch this band." And I was like, "Oh,
Oh
that,
my
that means
God, dude.
Godzilla." Like, "Oh, cool," because I fucking love Godzilla.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they opened with Remembrance because that was back in the day when I didn't have like a massive
Yeah, yeah.
like a fucking breakdown, and I was just like, "It's the best thing I've ever seen in my fucking
Yeah,
life."
no. We're big Gojira fans.
Yeah.
And I think Slipknot had just released Volume 3. So whatever year
Word.
it was,
That's peak Slipknot.
peak Slipknot
Yeah.
Volume 3.
That's got to be like 05, I
I
think.
think I
wanna
think
say.
so because
Yeah.
then what happened later was the best thing. I mean, not the best thing. Lars Ulrich, Metallica were playing, obviously.
Sure.
Shout out to Lars.
Right there.
My Lord and Savior Lars Ulrich had hurt himself. Pretty sure he hurt his nose.
Oh, I see.
And he had to cancel the show.
Really?
And I saw Metallica play with Dave Lombardo and Joey Jordison.
Oh my
Whoa.
God.
It was fucking crazy.
We saw Dave Lombardo yesterday.
Misfits.
No, he was playing with Mr. Bungle. It
think
was cool.
I think he's on tour with Misfits as well right now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
How was Bungle?
Badass.
So cool.
I thought you were going to
the
say like
coolest thing.
no. You were like,
No, I mean, gosh, it's tough because like, they have 3 albums that like influenced our music so much. And for the past couple of years that they've been back playing shows, they're not playing like any of it except for one song.
Wait, are we talking self-titled California Disco
Volante? Yeah.
They're playing one song off of those.
They're playing My Ass Is on Fire from the self-titled. They're playing their like demo EP from high school that they re-recorded with Scott Ian and Dave Lombardo, which is cool. But like, and they're doing a bunch of covers to like weave in and out of them. It's still a great show.
Why aren't you playing Squeeze Me Macaroni?
Dude, like, I know.
What the fuck?
It's tough. I mean, like, he's Mike Patton. He can do whatever he wants. But like, you know, the reason I've like put off seeing them since they've been back is because of the set list. So yesterday when we went, you know, I knew they were playing My Ass Is on Fire and I knew they were covering True by Spandau Ballet.
Wow.
So I was like, well, I have to see this. And even though I was watching them play like these songs that I don't really care about, it was still such an amazing show. It was still so cool that I was like, man, yeah, this is like one of my favorite bands still, like regardless of what they're playing. It's just amazing to watch.
Yeah, Mike Patton is probably the coolest guy ever.
Yeah,
he had
he's so
Coolio
cool.
braids.
Yeah,
He's right up your boy street.
Yeah,
he's
I love him to death, man.
Yes.
he's the coolest guy in the world.
Did they have a horn section?
They did not. They did
I
not.
guess they didn't need it if they didn't play any of that stuff.
No, I mean, my theory is that they will eventually have to. I don't know how long they can tour off of these songs, but I also don't know if they need to keep touring. I don't know. They're all pretty
Just
old.
doing it for fun. It's weird. It's a weird. I mean, I would love to see it to just say I'd seen it because by the time I got into Mr. Bungle pretty early, but then by that point it was done.
Yeah. I got into them because of a YouTube compilation that was top 10 weirdest bands of all time.
And now look at you.
And now here we are.
Can you remember what else was on the compilation?
Butthole Surfers for sure. Guar. Gosh. I'm trying to remember if there were any that I got into because of that. I think Dillinger was in the honorable mentions, but I was into them by then.
Melt Banana. You ever fuck with that band?
I love Melt Banana.
Of course you
I don't think they were in there.
Of course you fucking do.
I think maybe Merzbow was another one that was on there that I got into because I was like, oh, cool. No one else wants to listen to this. I will listen to this.
I don't think I've ever told this story on the podcast. I think it's illegal.
Exclusive.
Right? But it's the thing I used to do. So before this apartment, I lived in another apartment.
Like you do.
Classic.
Yeah.
And
classic you.
Might see, he's had a coffee. Funny. Funny. Carson's with us now. And my next door neighbor had a sound bar that was like connected to the wall and the walls were really thin. And he was deaf. And it was just so fucking loud. And I went round to try and get him to stop. And he said he wasn't going to stop, basically.
Sure.
And I was like, the fuck am I going to do here? Because it's insane, like how loud he listens to it. And I was trying to sell that apartment at the time. And it was like people coming around and like, no thanks. Because there's a man watching the fucking game show. He just watched game shows all day.
The Soundbar Crank.
Like maxed out.
Was he actually deaf or is just like was very hard of hearing?
I saw him and I was like, okay, I can fuck with this guy. It's not like I'm fucking with some old guy that's
sure
really a bad person. Anyway, I got to the point where I researched how to hack a soundbar. And basically, it's this thing, right, where you get an app on your computer and you basically spam the Bluetooth. And you spam the Bluetooth. There's like one thing that you put as your phone's name or whatever, and then you just spam it and eventually you break through and you connect. God, and once you're connected, unless he disconnects, you're connected. So I fucking did it. It took me like 9.5 hours and I did it and I got in. And every time his TV was too loud, I put Woodpecker #1 by Merch Bar on.
And Craig, you are a professional hater. I can fuck with you, man.
I've got videos on it of it that were on my TikTok. I made them hidden in case it was illegal, but I'll put one up there for the podcast. You could hear him screaming in annoyance, but I'd go around to knock on the doors, be like, let's just fucking talk about this, like whatever.
Yeah.
It then got to the point where every time it was too loud, it was either Richard by Sun, if you know that song. It literally is just a bass that goes
yeah,
or it was Merzbow, and then eventually I started getting real dark with it. It was like male orgasm noises and stuff like that. I was just going real fucking hard on it. And then what I did was change the name of my phone to Move Your TV. So when I connect, it would come up saying Move Your TV. Then eventually he did move it.
He got the picture?
But he moved it to a different wall. I changed the name of my phone to Try Again and kept I swear on my fucking life, this is 100% true.
God damn, Greg.
And then I kept playing Merzbow, and then he moved it to the other side, and then I sold the flat.
That's awesome.
Professional hater.
Job well done.
Holy shit.
I tried to go round. I tried to fucking...
You think that's illegal?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, so I don't know if this falls under the same category. The restaurant I used to work at still uses my Spotify.
Yeah.
And I use Apple Music, so I don't really care. But like they were paying for my Spotify account.
Okay.
And whenever I like pull up Spotify for whatever reason and see that they're streaming something, I will queue up something horrifying to play in the restaurant next.
What sort of songs?
Some Waking the Cadaver, maybe.
Waking the Cadaver has been in there
Wow,
before
that's
for
good.
sure. When I worked there, to get people to leave, I used to play Your Love by The Outfield on a loop.
I don't know that.
Josie's on a vacation far
Oh,
away.
yeah. I mean,
Or-
that's less aggressive than Waking the Cadaver.
It's less
Little
annoying,
bit.
but if it's over and over, people get annoyed by it. I'm trying to remember what the last one was.
Rock and Roll McDonald's.
Oh, that was a big one on mine as well. Soundbar got Rock and Roll McDonald's a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to
Boom, boom,
think.
boom, 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 boom. We have
There's
that as
a-
our changeover music.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't know if we have anything particularly heinous in our changeover.
Unicorns on Ketamine.
Yeah, the Unicorns on Ketamine stuff is pretty
Is that a band?
crazy.
It's
It's an electronic artist that just makes like nearly unlistenable hard style.
Just before Merzbow, unlistenable, or
It's
what
like it's like on the brink of Euro trash and Merzbow.
oh, nice.
It's awesome.
So-
yeah.
Like a hyper pop Merzbow, kind of.
Yeah. But it's funny to like for me to queue up like Gojira at the restaurant or like
what
you know.
kind of restaurant is it?
It's like a fast casual, like kind of a alternative to Five Guys, if you will.
Oh, they can have a bit of Waking the Cadaver.
I
as
know,
a treat.
right? You're right.
They can have it as a treat.
Some Gravity Blasts with the smash burger.
Oh,
Yeah,
Arcspire. I've put Arcspire on there before. That's the main
That's
thing.
when you tell them you're welcome.
good,
yeah, no,
good
yeah.
fucking band.
Amazing
I'll be
band.
ordering
Oh
Incredible
my
band.
God.
2 patties.
We-
if that's happening, I'm getting a fucking bigger burger.
Oh, yeah. We played a festival with Arcspire last year. They were like the coolest band in the world.
They're funny on stage as well. It's
Hilarious.
Hilarious.
That's all I care about. Just be
Yeah.
funny.
I had the best time watching their drummer side stage. He's just Gravity Blast the
He's
whole
a
time.
fucking freak.
He's awesome.
Did you learn to Gravity Blast because of that?
I learned to Gravity Blast because of Waking the Cadaver. Not to keep talking about them.
I mean,
but
it's a Waking the Cadaver podcast now.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
New
Wait,
Jersey's
which
own.
the side of the rim one?
Yeah.
Is it in your song?
Not yet.
Not yet. We'll work it in. I don't know.
I've been trying to work in like an egregious fill for a while, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like 8 years in, and every time I go in the record, I'm like, what about this fill? Everyone just goes, no. Because it's, I feel like we're very much the same here, which leads me on to a question.
Yeah.
What do you think it is about like all the bands we've just mentioned?
Yeah.
What do you think it is about like the want to make something so left field and obscure? Like, I've got it in me, and I can tell
Yeah.
you've got it. Like, is it? Why?
First of all, I appreciate the like you coming at it from a similar perspective, because every time an interviewer asks me this question, it's always like, "What's the writing process like?"
Yeah,
and I'm
no.
like, the same as every other band. I don't know, man. I think that just like the drive to make music that like no one has ever made before is like, and what I mean by that is like, I don't even really mean good music. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, that's why
Like-
we're mentioning bands that are quite bad sometimes,
Yeah,
and we're like, yeah,
sometimes
that band
they-
is sick.
They rock.
Sometimes they, miss the mark, and making something interesting is like more important to me than making something that's like good, I guess. I don't know.
I fully
Like,
fucking agree.
Yeah.
yeah, like I think that pushing the envelope, like eventually it leads you somewhere of like, oh, this is like accidentally a hit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Where, I just, I write music with another person who actually, Tom Lovejoy, who was in the band Vatican.
Yeah.
I write music with him a lot because we have a little project that we're starting. And he's like so about it being like tight and like no
like
breaks.
Vatican.
And I mean, he's an amazing songwriter, but like the way I do things is like so focused in on like just like 2 seconds that only I'm interested in. And like, that's what I'm writing the song for, is I'm writing it because I want to hear it. I'm writing it because I'm making a Mr. Bungle song that they never made. You know what I mean? And he's so talented, and he's like, stop. Like, we have to make it tighter. It has to be 2.5 minutes. Like, you know, but that's not.
And
Daoboys,
you're like, no,
you
but
know?
I need to get to those 2 jazz chords so I can go.
Exactly.
So I can go, yeah, mama, and then we're into the breakdown.
And then we're
That's
right
what
back
has
into
to
it.
fucking
Yeah,
happen.
exactly. Yeah.
I feel like we're kindred spirits.
I love that.
We are. This Stray album is written, right? We've tracked everything except the drums and the vocals. I'm going back to do it next month.
Sure.
Currently, and in the studio, everyone lets me do, like, I'm a little fucking ADHD boy. I'm like, what? Sure. Did this? Well, it's like, I think I'm like you. I'm like, we need to do this here. And Will Putney is like, you can talk to Will Putney about Mr. Bungle. You can talk to him about weird shit.
Of course.
He listens to music all day long. He wants something fucking wacky. So me and Will made a fucking literal like 50s jazz break. Like fucking smoking a cigarette. You're a detective smoking a cigarette.
It's my favorite type
with
of music.
With a horn section, with everything. And then we were like, okay, this is sick. And it had like this weird swing thing before it, like a fucking, it literally sounded like Mr. Bungle. And everyone's on board or whatever. And then we leave the studio, and it's the thing I'm most fucking stoked about.
Sure.
And then the group chat starts going on like, I don't think I really want to do that one. And then, what if it was a secret track? And then it's like, what if it's a secret track on vinyl? And I'm like, guys, this is my favorite bit of the album.
Yeah. No, I get it.
So I'm trying to shoehorn it in somewhere, much like your guys' music. Like, there'll be a bit that just comes out of fucking nowhere, completely different genre. And to me, it's the coolest fucking bit of the song.
Thank you.
No, and I think that like, thank you. I think that like some people lob that as like a criticism at us of like, we can't stay on something for more than enough time. And it does like bother me hearing that. And it does like sometimes get in my head. But then when I'm making something, I'm like, nah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
This fucking rocks. I don't care what you think at all.
Yep.
I literally could not give a shit. So, I mean, like, that's the coolest part is like, we're in an age of music where if you open up a DAW, you can literally do whatever the hell you want. Use it.
Yeah.
Why would you not use it? It's awesome.
You can write a heavy, boring, normal breakdown song, add some breaks, and go, what the fuck should I put in here? Just like, well, like I feel like it's coming back. This is why, like, I'm still in the group chat, and I'm like, guys, I think it's the time, because you got obviously yourselves. I'm going to exclude yourselves because you've always been fucking wacky.
Yeah.
But you got the Knock Loose reggaeton breakdown. You got Speed using a fucking flute.
That shit is awesome.
So
that
sick.
song rocks.
And then that shit like that is now popping off, where everyone's like, because the kids who maybe got into music 5 years ago, the kids that are like fucking 20 or 18 to 20, the musical pool as like popular music has been pretty fucking generic.
Yeah.
So like the first
sure.
time they hear something like that, they're like, what? I didn't think you could do that.
It's the 100 Gex effect, man.
Yeah.
It's like, they're the biggest thing in like, slightly underground pop music. I mean, and Bring Me's kind of doing it too, where it's like they're just doing whatever comes to mind. And there's so many kids that are just down for it. And I see it at our shows too. Like, the kids that are into like hyper pop and, that kind of music and stuff like that, they come to our shows and they get it. Those are the kids that get it. Those are the kids that I'm making music for,
Yeah.
I also think the internet has kind of broken down these genre barriers. Whereas maybe when we were a kid, if you liked punk, you couldn't like metal. If you liked hardcore, you couldn't like techno or, something electronic. But now, with the ubiquity of the internet, it's cool to mash all these things up and just see what comes out of it,
Yeah.
I found just you mentioning that reminded me, I found a time capsule I made in 7th grade where there was like what kind of music I liked, and it was just new metal. It was nothing else.
Even new metal though. Corn, bagpipes.
Yeah.
Crazy band.
Always my favorite fucking song.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? That's fucking different.
Well,
Give it to me. Oh, it's
Slipknot-
unlistenable? Need it.
Slipknot had a kazoo on Duality. Or not Duality, on Iowa. You know what I mean? On
Wait, what's the kazoo in?
I think it's on People Equal Shit. Yeah,
that's a
That's a kazoo.
Fuck
It's
off.
like edited.
Yeah.
No fucking way. You know what? I think I'm going to ruin your lives. Okay. You know what I've recently realized on Duality? You can hear the click at the start.
Oh.
I don't know why. I don't know why it took me this fucking long. But like, I was listening to it the other day, and I was like, I think it was fresh in my head because Not Loose had just put it in on purpose. Again, sick.
Yeah.
Just do fucking
Amir
weird
did
shit.
it back on
Oh, did
Felony
they?
too. Yeah. Yeah.
Sick. Just leave it in. I was listening to Duality, and I was like, I can hear the click. It's right at the start. I push my finger. Doot, doot, doot. It's real fucking quiet.
Wow.
Damn. I'm never going to unhear
Yeah,
that.
that's ruined the fucking
It's
song.
got to be Rick Rubin's fault, right? I think he did that record.
Yeah.
Everything's
Do you know
Rick
what?
Rubin's fault.
All of it.
Do you know what I think? No, I think he'd love you guys.
I love him.
Oh,
it's
he's
my
the man.
dream to make a record with him.
He is the man.
I think it was more. Knowing the Slipknot guys, they are so technophobic right now.
Really?
I mean, in general, but like back then, they would have been even more. So I think they probably did the same as Metallica, which is just handhold an SM7 in front of the monitors to track vocals, which is kind of cool. But it's probably a bit of bleed coming in from there.
Right.
That's what I do for demos. You can hear the click in all of our demos.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
kind of
demo.
cool. Who do you work with as a producer now?
We work with my very good friend Dom Maduri, who was like kind of in the engineering space until recently, and he's working on a bunch of records right now, just absolutely killing it. He upped his mixing game like crazy, and now he's probably the best mix engineer I know.
Did he do the latest singles?
The EP, yeah.
Well, so
Is that an EP or singles? Because Spotify fucking
call it
lies
an
to me.
EP.
we call it an EP, but it's kind of cheating because it was like it's 3 songs and 2 of them came out before the EP release.
Yeah,
we
your
were trying.
your discography is fucked.
It is no, it for sure.
I
is.
like it. It's fucking the same as the music. EP today. Single, EP, record.
Well, I was trying to. So all 3 of those songs are a little long, which like some of our songs do kind of border on long in general. But like all 3 of those songs were kind of long, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if like releasing this as like one single and then all 3 of them come out is like. I was like, I want to try and like kind of play the singles game to see if we're that kind of band, and it sort of worked. I don't know. I don't know. It worked for what it was. We got a lot of mileage out of that EP. So, but Dom didn't actually, just to give credit where credit's due, Dom didn't actually mix those songs. Hunter Young, who's in Mood Ring and Psycho Frame, mixed those 3 songs.
Great bands. He's in both of those bands.
He's in both of those bands. Yeah.
Is he the fucking brains behind both of those bands?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
What a fucking
genius,
guy.
dude.
So talented.
Psycho Frame is so good.
Wild band.
Yeah.
Waking the Cadaver feature.
Sir, it all comes back.
But it's like, I don't know, it's more listenable than Waking the Cadaver.
Sure,
Waking the
yeah.
Cadaver-
There's a
was
mix
on
that
one of
I
their
can
songs, though,
enjoy.
right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Beaten by
What going-
beyond identification. That's exactly what he does.
I think those are the lyrics.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Hunter Young and Brandon Lopez mix those songs.
Which is
Yeah,
interesting
friends of
because
the
they
band.
are definitely like a different mix.
Definitely, we just wanted to try something different for that go around. They mix and master all that stuff as well, and I just love the way their records sound, and we just wanted to try it for one time.
Yeah, we wanted to see what the Callous Daoboys would sound like as a modern kind of band, you know?
Yeah, and now I want to go back to being scrunky. So,
I didn't want to say it.
yeah.
I prefer, and not that it's a bad mix.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I remember being like, oh, this is like
It's polished.
digital.
Yeah,
This
it's
is like
polished for
digital.
sure. Well, we're going back to being scrunky.
Okay,
so.
thanks. Okay, thanks. Not that it's bad at all, but like I feel like when you bring in, you got like how you like that production's never seen a fucking violin before.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. And that was pretty tough. As Brandon was mixing it, and he was like, the violin isn't tuned. I was like, well, not perfectly. Like it's a fretless instrument.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, I'm going to have to get somebody to help me with this. And I was like, okay, cool, man, go for it.
I did the same thing. I engineered a record. If you don't know this band, I don't know how you feel about like prog metal.
Depends on what it is.
Okay, so this is like Devin Townsend kind of.
Oh, our guitar player would love it.
Our guitar player loves that. Not totally my thing.
So there's this band from the UK called Xerath. So Xerath.
They start with an X.
I think fuck yeah.
Awesome.
I think they were the most underrated metal band in the UK, and they split up, but they did 3 albums. And it's like, I mean, I guess even more than Devin Townsend, it sounds like, remember, the band Extreme?
Sure.
Like, it sounds
more
like
than words?
Yeah. Oh, it sounds like if Extreme was like actually extreme.
All right, I'm in.
So
actually,
they're all
cool.
fucking insane shredders.
Yeah.
The record I engineered the drums for, they put a Simon, cut that out. No, leave it in now. It's funny. They put a full orchestra for the whole record, and
Jesus Christ,
they fucking took so long to mix. It was crazy. For the same thing, it was just like the guy that was mixing it was just like, there's frequencies here I don't know what to do with.
Yeah, like, for sure.
And then actually I had a fallout with the band because the mix engineer messaged me, like, because I had edited the drums as well, and it was like, there's insane mistakes on these edits and all this stuff. And I was like, no, there's not. I know what I'm doing. And he was like, listen to this, played it back to me, it's all out of phase or whatever. And we had this big like argument, and I was like, that's not me, whatever. And it ends up, because the orchestra, they recorded all the orchestra without the music, right?
Yeah.
And then they'd recorded the orchestra so on its own, just to like click. Mm-hmm. And they recorded it 1 BPM off.
Oh,
and what they'd done is just on the band had time stretched fucking 16 channels of drums. So I'd be like, oh, this will work. And then I got grilled for it. But anyway, there's a roundabout way of getting back to like, it's really difficult to record these real instruments, and kudos to you guys for not having, like, obviously you got synths, but like, it's a real violin.
Yeah.
It's a real fucking saxophone. Is there an instrument that you'd love to utilize, but you haven't yet?
Flute, probably. I think the flute is like a really, really cool instrument. We're going to have trumpet and trombone on the new record. I talked to somebody about that the other day, so should be interesting. Just for one song. Yeah. We're not going to become a ska band.
See, I got like sometimes I could fuck with ska.
I like Streetlight Manifesto. That's a good band.
Some ska, I'm not fucking putting it on, but like, sometimes if someone is like, there's a bit of ska, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of nice. I'm like weird for weird instruments.
Yeah.
Like I'm fucking
for sure.
fully in. And flute, that's a prog staple. Fucking Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
Focus.
Oh, didn't we almost cover that song?
I think so.
Yeah. We almost covered Hocus
Who was
Pocus.
going to do the flute?
Probably. I guess we'd hand the flute to Amber.
Maybe. Yeah. She'll pick it up real quick.
Yeah.
You should cover that song.
I think it'd be cool.
It'd be fun. We covered a Glassjaw song a couple times last year.
That was like the most.
Cool.
Well,
it is very cool to us.
I mean, it's cool. It's cool, but it's not weird. Sorry, my brain is now just like do weird shit. I want a White Noise album, just White Noise.
Sure, cool. I can do that.
What was the Glassjaw song?
Black Nurse.
I'm not a big
on the Coloring Book EP.
I don't know any of them.
Really?
I think it's a UK thing.
Maybe.
Were they not big over here?
I want to say they weren't, or maybe when they were, I was like, I'm a death metal. I was
Well, in America, Glassjaw's like Radiohead to us.
Yeah.
Like, we're like, this is the coolest band in the world.
Yeah, that's the rest of Stray as well. And I'm like, it's not like I don't care.
Well, they're from New York.
They're from Long Island.
Yeah. They're Long Island legends.
That is,
Glassjaw.
That is God to them.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of Long Island?
The place?
The place.
I'm honestly, because none of Stray live there anymore, I've barely been there.
That's right. Yeah.
Seaport Deli. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Nice.
Amityville Music Hall.
Great venue.
Yeah, we played there. Our like entire team is Long Island.
Really?
So like, and also we have like a bunch of friends there. Krypto is Long Island.
Mm-hmm. Krypto are the fucking best.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
What a band.
What a band and what a bunch of fucking guys.
Dude, I love them so much.
New York Italians.
Yeah.
Those are my Italians for
They're
sure.
so fucking weird and like just perfect kindred fucking. Me and Tom, when Tom managed Krypto, I jumped in for a while as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because I was like, fuck, like we were just talking about off camera. Sometimes I fucking hate music.
Yeah.
And this was like the first band that I heard. I was like, this band's really fucking good.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And that was a time where I was like, maybe I could get into managing. And then I realized I can't get into managing. I don't know how to do it.
When we toured with them, I was just thankful every night that we went before them. Like, it was just like because they ripped every single night. I mean, Scott being able to like play those parts and sing at the same time. And then Mike being probably the best guitar player I've ever met in my life, other than Tom Lovejoy.
I fucking love Mike.
And their drummer, Matt, is unbelievable. Plays the craziest setup.
Such a fucking prog guy.
Hydraulic hi-hat. It's nuts.
It's like a band made just for me.
Yeah, and me. Exactly the same. We're the fucking same.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I just did a podcast with Mike. Because he has that.
The Juice?
The Juice.
What movie did you go
I
on
hit
for?
him up and I was like, let me be on the Juice. And he was like, oh, I wasn't even going to ask you. I was like, I just want to fucking be on it.
Dude.
I love that.
I was on the Juice, yeah.
What did you do on the Juice? If anyone doesn't know, let's preface it. Mike Monaco from Krypto has... Is it Monaco? Is that his second name? Or is that his
Monaco, I think.
Monaco, stage name.
Yeah.
He has a podcast called The Juice where he just talks to people about their favorite movie.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I did Darren Aronofsky's The Fountain.
Great fucking movie.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. I love that fucking
Why do
movie
people
so
hate
much.
it?
Dude, everyone I talk to hates that movie. They're like, oh, it's a mess. It's too like disjointed. And then I think he made the comparison on the podcast. He was like, people called it a mess. People called it disjointed. Not unlike your band.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah. It's awesome.
It makes me fucking cry. I mean,
Dude,
a lot of shit makes me cry, but The Fountain makes me cry like a baby.
Dude, I have to watch it alone. I can't show it to people because I just get like too like, ugh, gosh, what a good movie. What'd you go on for?
Old Boy.
Oh,
Dude.
let's go.
What a fucked movie.
It's quite a fucking...
Dude.
I thought about it afterwards. It's like... It's really quite a bad look, but it's my favorite. It's my favorite movie of all time.
That 10-minute fight scene in the hallway,
The
fucking incredible.
One shot all the way down the thing.
So sick.
The fucking hammer, the
Yeah.
twist. It was real rough though because we were like gassing it up for ages. I was like, I just watched it last night. Okay, we'll do the episode tomorrow, and then I was like, how the fuck are we going to not ruin the twist?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So I think we did. He hasn't released it, but I think we got away with it because, in my opinion, it's the best twist in movie history for me,
Dude.
For sure.
Yeah.
especially because I didn't. I watched it. I've watched it with a few people, and they got the twist early, and then they were like, "Yeah, that was good. That was an 8." And I think because I'm a fucking dumb idiot, and I got the twist at the time that I was like, "That's the best thing I've ever seen in my fucking life."
We'll get off movie talk because I feel like now knowing we have similar taste in movies, we could probably do just this for an hour.
Yeah.
What do you think of the twist of at the end of Book of Eli?
I've never seen it.
Oh,
Dude.
classic.
Denzel Washington post-apocalyptic movie?
No, never seen it.
Oh, dude, you'll love it.
It's awesome.
Well, I'll put it on my list.
If I had to like rank best twists, that one's crazy.
Let's get Marty in on this. If you were doing a podcast of your favorite movie ever, what would it be?
Mulholland Drive.
Oh, we're a fucking table full of fucking weirdos.
Let's go.
I'm a huge David Lynch fan. I got a big tattoo of him back here on my arm.
Oh my good God.
that's-
Show that to that camera.
That's my dad
Yeah.
right there.
That's so sick.
Yeah, man.
I get fucking mixed up, but is Mulholland Drive with fucking Bill fucking, what's his name?
No, that's Lost Highway.
Lost
you're thinking.
Highway.
My second favorite movie is Lost Highway.
My favorite scene in any movie ever is Lost Highway when he's at that fucking bar and the guy's like,
Yes.
I'm in your house.
Yeah,
And
call
he's
me.
like, the music is just like,
It's so scary, man.
it's
What a terrifying movie.
fucking amazing. Wait, so Mulholland Drive. I've seen them all, but they're such a head fuck. They all move into
The
one.
movie with Naomi Watts where she's trying to be an actress and sound familiar?
Yeah.
Past that, it's so
some
hard to put
lesbian
into
shit
words.
in there.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Justin Theroux,
Justin Theroux.
Oh, I remember.
my king.
Which movie has the fucking garbage witch?
Oh, Mulholland Drive.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I mean.
She's
That's a fucking another great Lynch scene.
Dude.
Out of fucking nowhere.
It's amazing. There's
Terrifying.
the jump scare when she comes out from behind the dumpster. Oh my God. Getting
so
chills
sick.
thinking about it.
Really could just talk about movies all day.
I didn't mean to exclude you from the conversation.
Oh,
I'm
no, it's
sorry.
fine.
That's not on you. That's on me. It's the
Well,
host.
it's the coffee, man. Once I start going, I can't stop.
We pulled it back. No one would have even noticed, but you drawn attention to that. Who is in creative control of the artwork?
The physical
general
artwork?
aesthetic of Callous Daoboys.
Carson.
Yeah, that would be me. Yeah.
What's going on in that big brain of yours? It's fucking cool. I love it.
Well,
Everything, even like the Spotify fucking, what do they call those things?
The canvas?
The canvases.
Yeah.
The artwork.
Thank you, man. It takes a while, I guess, but like I don't let us do anything without it coming to me first, if that makes sense. Like I try not to ever like shoehorn something or like get into self-parody almost, where it was like, well, what's something that we would do, you know? I don't really execute an idea until it like comes to me and I'm like stoked on it. I don't really know what's going on up there, man.
It's good.
I never know.
It's great though, because it ties in with the music, because I'm just
Thank you.
I'm always like, oh, that's really cool. I'm not fucking literally just suck you guys off under this table. But like, you know, everything is so fucking formulaic these days.
Yeah,
and
man.
I
Drives me crazy.
truly love a wacky band. There's been wacky is positive, by the way.
Oh, of course.
There's been a hole
if
in
you
my
said
heart.
goofy, I'd be worried.
No, goofy.
Yeah.
There's been a hole in my musical heart since Dillinger Escape Plan disappeared or dissipated or whatever.
Whatever happened there.
I didn't really get into the last one, the final Dillinger album.
Dissociation?
Yeah, but I think that was more, I didn't really give it a chance, because by the time I got round to giving it a chance, they were announcing they were splitting up. Yeah.
Well, didn't they? It wasn't like the same week, like the single dropped, and then like 5 days later they announced they were breaking up.
So I was like, well, I'm not going to put my effort into this if you're not.
Yeah.
But like every other thing that they did, just fucking flawless.
One of Us Is the Killer is my favorite Dillinger album by far.
That's where the jazz break idea came from.
Absolutely.
That jazz break is fucking sick.
And Billy Rymer's playing on that album is just not human.
Yeah, what a guy, man.
Generally not human though as well.
If I can brag on you for a second, so we played, He Is Legend had like a holiday show that we played, and Billy's band Thought Crimes was on it. And the two of them, he and Billy, were in the back, and just like instantly, I mean, Billy's such a nice, sweet guy, but like pretty instantly you were like, because he played on that last Glassjaw record.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Material Control.
Yeah, pretty
surprise, I didn't know it.
Pretty instantly, Marty was like, hey, how do you play this song? And Billy like grabbed 2 pillows as if they were like the kick and snare, and showed him how to play it. And they just chopped it up for like a full hour. And it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
I had a weird experience with Billy.
Really? Okay. Like a paranormal, like he haunted you or something?
Honestly, he kind of. Right? I don't know what it was. Mm-hmm. We did a tour when he was in End, and it was Stray, supported by End, someone else, I can't remember. And we got on really, really fucking well. I thought everything was good.
Yeah.
I took a video of him, and at the side of the stage, and I was just like, imagine having to go on after this guy every night. Like, obviously just gassing him up because he's fucking incredible.
Sure.
And the more I talk about this, the more I'm like, am I the bad guy? But this is weird. And this is when I was like, oh, actually, I think he might just be weird. But he screen recorded, because it was a story. He didn't repost it. He screen recorded it, cut out the bit where I said, imagine playing after this, and then just posted it on his story. Which is just weird. That's just weird, right? It's weird. And most people would just go, oh, that was weird. Oh, I had to ask him. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's fucking wrong with me.
Sure, yeah.
I was like, the fuck's up there? That was it. It was literally it.
Billy very nicely told me my snare sounded bad.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, everyone's autistic. However, having said that,
maybe I don't want to speculate on.
I don't want to spectrum speculate. Spectrumate. I don't want to spectrumate.
Yeah.
But after the interaction, and I was like, what's the deal there? And he was like, oh, I just saved it. And I this is me being on the fucking spectrum as well. I'm on the fucking Larry David spectrum.
Sure.
Yeah. When it gets to like, oh, this is awkward, I should probably just leave this. I'm I'm going to find out what.
Yeah, you're going to press further.
So I was like, what's the deal with that? Like, that's kind of weird. And he was like, oh, I just saved the video and reposted it. And then I went, you can't save other people's stories. Like, so you screen recorded it. And I don't know why. Why the fuck am I doing that?
This is a Curb episode.
Yeah, 100%.
Gosh,
and it was real fucking weird. And then we sort of just never spoke again after that.
Oh, man.
And then I'm in Tokyo and I'm in a coffee shop and the guy stood in front of me is Billy Rymer.
Whoa.
Like fucking 3 years later. And I was like, what's up, Billy? Like, what the fuck are you doing here? And then we like squashed it. It was weird. I think it was both of us just being fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
Like, why did I have to say?
And you said it was the last day of the tour?
Yeah.
Ah, well, that's why.
Yeah, everybody's tired.
Everybody's
They want to
tired.
go home.
Yeah, you know, everyone's exhausted, man.
It's still weird. At the time, I speculated.
I guess.
He'd gone from Dillinger to being in a support band.
Yeah.
And he didn't want people to know he was in a support band. But I should have just went, oh, that's quite sad. He's probably quite, annoyed that Dillinger's ended. Instead, I went, what the fuck are you doing that for?
Couldn't believe it.
I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me.
Nah, you're good, man. I think
Really?
it's cool.
I definitely, as I started to regale that story, I was like, the fucking Reddit, am I the asshole?
Yeah.
In my head, it's just like, I'm the asshole. Yeah.
I think
But
you're okay.
he's nice. He's very good at
He's a
the
great
drums.
guy.
He's a great dude.
Really sweet.
We get to see him next week.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Segue.
Oh, yeah. I actually have that as a note. So thank you there, Carson. He's playing for new Dillinger, old Dillinger.
Yeah.
New old Dillinger. Yes.
And you guys are playing.
Yes.
We are playing 2 of the shows. Yes. We are.
I mean, that's fucking sick.
It is still not real to me.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Like, just because our name's on the poster, like, I don't think I'm going to believe it until we're like loading in or sound checking. Maybe not even then. Yeah. I don't know.
Have they played a show yet?
They played a festival in California.
They played a festival, yeah.
Did they play strictly Calculating Infinity
No.
and the EPs?
They played like all the old songs, not the whole album and EP, but they also played a bunch of weird covers. They covered like California Uber Alice.
Yeah.
That's
With
good
Jello
song.
Biafra.
Whoa, on stage?
On stage, yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah,
That's like
yeah.
2 of my fucking childhood dream songs.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's
Crazy
fucking
mix.
sick.
It is a crazy mix. Yeah.
Jello's fucking sick. I've met him before. He's a
For
fucking
real?
hell yeah.
Oh,
legend,
man.
yeah.
I feel like I'd have nothing to say to him. Similar to Mike Patton yesterday, where I was like, okay, all right. If I run into Mike Patton, I'll be really cool and I won't punish him. And then I thought about it longer and I was like, I don't have shit to say to that guy.
And then you didn't, which is good. Luckily,
very good I didn't.
Luckily, I had one with Jello where it was like, it's fucking me talking about myself in this podcast too much.
You're good.
You didn't ask him about the band. Shut the fuck up. Whose fucking logo is that? It's mine. I'll do what I fucking want. I used to work at the music distributor who absolutely fucked Jello after he left the Dead Kennedys, and they rewrote all of the album credits as written by the Dead Kennedys and not lyrics and words by him. So they fucked him out of loads of royalties. But I used to work there, so I had an in. I was like, hey, I used to work at insert place here, and he was like, fuck those guys, and we just had a big like chat because we knew all the same people. So
Yeah, you had an in with him,
and he
yeah.
was fucking sick.
Yeah.
Dillinger, back to Dillinger.
Yeah.
So they're not playing anything that Greg sang on.
No.
Yeah, because how can you?
You can't.
It's quite, but at the same time, like I'm desperate to see Dimitri.
If they need me to do it, I
You
will
could fucking-
accept. It'll be tough, and I don't really want to do it.
You
but,
could do it.
If they twist your arm.
I really want to do it.
Yeah.
Ben, if you're watching this, let's do Prancer.
Yeah, but you really could though, because sometimes when I'm listening to you guys, like I'm like, that's great.
Well,
only sometimes, and only, to be honest, to be fair, only on the heavy parts.
yeah, no, I mean, I don't think my cleans sound like him very much, but when I was like learning to scream, which I do not know what I'm doing at all.
When I was doing my fries.
When I'm doing false chord, I primarily take influence from. No, I don't know any of that shit. I don't know what I'm doing.
So I'm going to
vocally
need
at
that in a clip. I need that in a clip.
Yeah, the way I learned was like I just would put Milk Lizard on repeat and just scream along to it. And I eventually was like, oh, I can figure this out through like a process of like, I'd blow out my voice and then I'd be like, okay, I'll wait a week and then figure it out again. I did it to that song and then Back to Back by The Chariot. and just like eventually figured it out somewhere along the way.
But no actual like sa sa say.
No.
Do you do that?
Not until recently. I like had a meeting with a vocal coach finally, and like kind of figured out what I'm doing. And
Was it her? Was it Melissa?
yes, it was. Yeah.
She's so nice.
She's the sweetest person in the world.
In the nicest possible way, like a tiny little witch. Not like your
like a
stereotypical
little angel from heaven.
No, I
Yeah.
don't mean like an ugly witch. I mean like she looks
Yeah.
like like real witch, like
Yeah, she's got Stevie
Yeah.
Nicks witchy vibes. Yeah.
Stevie Nicks witch, not like a fucking
Yeah. And it's so funny. I mean, like the first thing I said to her, I was like, I don't want to not sound like myself. And she was like, that's not what I'm trying to do at all. She was like, you're just going to know what you're doing and how to do it better. And this was the first tour after that meeting, literally one meeting with her that I've had, and then just like some other exchanges back and forth, but like one full meeting that I've had with her. And like, this is the best I've felt vocally on tour. I've been sick basically this entire tour too. But like when I get on stage, it's like everything clicks in. And it's just, I'm doing it without thinking about it.
There's some people.
She's amazing.
Some people like dunk on it, but it's like the proof is in the fucking pudding. All these people who are like,
Yeah.
I really struggled, and then I went to her, and now I don't struggle. It's like, why are you gonna be annoyed?
exactly. Yeah, no. And I think that like the criticism, right, is that like everyone that goes to her like sounds the same. I just don't think that's true
I
at all.
don't
Like,
like
Keith Buckley, like, has always sounded like himself.
Yeah.
Like, you know where the divide is. Like,
I'm
I
sure
think,
Randy Blythe went to her as well back in the day.
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah.
All of those singers sound completely fucking different.
And they sound like themselves, yeah. So,
And I don't see them cancelling shows.
well,
You ever cancel a show?
because my voice now, I think the only reason we've ever canceled shows is because of COVID. And we've never canceled a show while you're in the
Not
band.
since I've been in the band.
Yeah,
no.
no.
Is that because of you? Are you just the fucking driving force?
Oh, I'm
Those
powering
fucking
through, no matter what.
Sweet fucking eyebrows.
The people have to see them.
Pushing
Yeah,
for
yeah.
it. Oh, they fucking do.
Yeah.
Front and
Dude,
center.
He has these like heart rimmed glasses. The heart rimmed glasses with those eyebrows.
As if she's doing you up to look like this to then go on tour.
I know.
You're an idiot. No offense. You're fucking nuts. You're very confident, but Jesus Christ. Hey, I'm gonna make you look hot as fuck. We need to go and be a rock star.
Yeah. See you in a month.
Yeah. Fuck. Speaking of fucking front and center on stage, how many members you got? You got six.
Six.
Yeah.
Six. Have you ever been to tonight's venue?
It's small, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen six people on stage.
It's only one more than most bands.
We've
It's fucking
squeezed
sick.
onto a lot of stages. It's only
Yeah.
ever been a problem the last time we played Berlin. That was the only other time we didn't fit
yeah.
on
Maddie
stage
got
entirely.
smacked by Jackie's headstock.
Yeah, Maddie headbanged straight into a tuning peg during the very last song, and it looked like a bomb went off on
A
stage.
Warwick bass tuning peg too, so it's like that fucking big, and it just like, bah!
It made a really nice sound.
I mean, we couldn't hear it.
Nice,
But
no, I just mean the Warwick, like, no, nice fucking. There's a nice woody note from that fucking.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
they call it? Let me get it. Let me get the fucking joke. Through neck. Is that what it's called? What's it called?
Her head went through the neck.
I think it's a bolt-on neck, but that's okay.
A bolt on Warwick.
I think.
I thought they were. Thought
I
that
don't
whole
know.
thing was. I don't know. None of the people at this table are qualified.
The
Any
only thing I
instrument that
know-
plugs in is none of my business.
Yeah, that's The only thing I know about that bass is that it's the Mudvayne bass, and our guitar player told me that. Yeah, and I was like, yes,
Yeah.
we're doing that.
We're fucking in. Are you? Any of you got wacky instruments to match? Like, obviously you've got the two wacky instruments, but like wacky stage instrument, like a fucking weird guitar or what? What's your drum kit looking like?
I play a Gretsch marquee kit. It's nothing crazy. Zildjian cymbals, best of the best, if you ask me.
Yeah, you fucking know.
You already know.
But no, what size? You haven't got anything wacky? I could see you with like a 28.
I would love a 28, but now it's 15-inch hats, 20-inch crash, 20-inch crash, 21-inch ride.
We've been trying to make the touring band thing work for a few years. We're too poor
Yeah.
for cool gear.
Yeah. Do you reckon you I'm getting at more of like a production angle. Do you reckon as you get bigger, because your music lends itself to like some production?
I would love that, man. I
That's
mean,
the goal.
yeah. The next thing I want is visuals.
Yeah, that's
wanna,
what I
like-
mean. In your
Yeah.
fucking brain, I can hear that there's.
Oh, there's stuff cooking up there,
Yeah.
man. There's stuff cooking up there. I thought maybe we'd have it ready by this See You Space Cowboy tour, because there's a couple venues on that tour that have like big LED walls behind them, and I just don't think I'm going to be able to pull it together. Too busy writing this new record.
Are you on a click?
Yes.
We are. Yeah.
Everyone on ears, everyone on a click.
No.
Only 3 of us on ears. Again, too poor.
Yeah, we got to get on that.
But is the set on a laptop?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is start to finish.
Yeah.
Press play.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get visuals done. Fucking pull your fucking shit together.
Dude, I'm trying. I'm writing a new record.
You know what you do though? You know what you do? Because I've always wanted to fucking do this. There's 2 things, and someone got there before me. There's 2 things I always wanted to do. One, I wanted to go on stage in whatever band. This is pre-Stray. I wanted to go on stage to the Masked Ball song from Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh,
Dude.
hell yeah.
You know when he turns up and it's fucking
This podcast is going to be 3 hours long. Yes, I know.
Which
the thing Nick Nightingale is playing. Yeah.
Which I recently learned is a Gregorian chant backwards.
Whoa.
That's insane.
That's why it sounds so sick. They
Of
took
course it is.
took
I love
just
Kubrick.
a Gregorian chant, reversed it, and
then
then
played it on piano?
then played along with that. So get that on the next fucking
We
album.
used to use an Eyes Wide Shut clip as a transition in our set.
What was it?
The end where she's like,
Yeah,
we only
I
have
knew
one
it.
thing left to do.
We're the fucking same.
Fuck.
Literally, that is what you would fucking use.
Yeah.
Love that movie. Feel like that's in my top 10. We are going on to movies in a minute. I don't give a fuck.
Okay,
We're gonna
cool.
do it.
Yeah, no, let's do it.
The other thing that I wanted to do, so Ghost did that before me. I wanted to do that, and then I saw Ghost back in the day, and then Ghost used to come on to that. The other thing I always
Well, no one
wanted to
knows
do-
who Ghost is. You could do it now.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Real small time band. You're fine.
The other thing I really wanted to do was to just have the movie Begotten. Do you know that movie?
I've seen Begotten.
I have not
Of
seen
course you
Begotten.
fucking have.
Yeah.
It is, apparently, it's an allegory for the birth of the universe.
Yeah, it's a
Our
creation myth.
creation myth. This guy,
Yeah.
this motherfucker right here. Yeah, fuck, get rid of that girlfriend. This is, yeah, it's like creation or whatever. It's the Merzbau of movies.
Yeah.
It is just,
Ooh.
it's black and white,
I'm
like
in.
super grainy.
Silent film.
Silent film.
I'm in again.
It's like, it opens, it's in the woods, like 35mm film, black and white, and there's like a cabin, and then it slowly, like with those old, like dissolve fades, gets closer, and then it's in the room, and it's just this woman, I guess, disemboweling herself.
It's supposed to be God.
So it's
disemboweling
supposed to be
himself.
God, but
Yeah.
it looks like it's just black and white and creepy anyway. And
so
I was
into
always
this.
like, I want to play a show with that just fucking in the
Yeah.
background. And then a band did it. I can't remember who it was. Might have been Venom Prison, which actually
Sick
I was
band.
I was in a band with the guitarist from Venom Prison, so I probably told him that, and then that's
Oh,
why
and
they
then he
fucking
took it.
that's why they
That
fucking did
fucking
it.
Stealing
guy.
swag. Craig, have you seen that director of Begotten's other movie called Shadow of the Vampire?
Oh, I've
It's,
seen Shadow of the Vampire.
It
yeah.
stars John Malkovich and Willem Dafoe. And John Malkovich, it's about,
I'm in.
yeah, I know. It's about Nosferatu. John Malkovich is directing.
in.
John Malkovich is directing Nosferatu. Willem Dafoe plays him, but in the movie, Nosferatu is a real vampire, and nobody knows that except for John Malkovich, and it is insane.
Like actually good.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's dope.
It's fantastic.
What's it called?
Shadow of the Vampire.
Oh, I'm fucking watching that
gotta
before
see
your
it, man.
fucking show tonight, so we can talk about it later.
Hell yeah.
I'm stoked for the Robert Eggers Nosferatu. It comes
Same.
out this year.
It's happening? Like
yeah,
for sure
comes
happening?
out comes
Okay,
out
cool.
on Christmas Day.
I'm not on social media. I'm out of the loop.
You're
but
fully out.
pretty much, yeah. I mean, the one thing I have is Letterboxd.
Of course you fucking do.
Yeah.
What was what was the tipping point before we go on the inevitable movie fucking rabbit hole?
Everyone's so mad all the time and so loud, and I think that just like, I was in the throes of writing this new record, and I was just like, and also like seeing other bands roll stuff out, like it's not so much like, oh, I'll never be that band or whatever, but it's like it does seep into what I'm doing, because it's like, oh, what they're doing's working, why are we not doing that? So like once I shut that off, and there was actually, funnily enough, a Lil Yachty quote that stuck with
Nice.
me really hard, where he was like, people are going to complain that your new shit is not like your previous shit anyway, like no matter what you do. So
Yeah.
just make whatever you want. And it was those two things of like getting rid of social media and him saying that. And I was like, oh, cool. if I get rid of this, I'm just going to make exactly what I want. So it's partially like everyone just annoys me so much, and partially I just want to make art and chill out. Nothing else really matters to me. I don't really care about being funny on the internet. I can be funny on the Downbeat podcast with you.
That's true. And I actually only care about being funny on the internet and not about the podcast.
That's fine, man.
No, I made a similar jump to you where I was like, I left Twitter for a while, and then being like, this is my job even more than Stray is. And it's like, I am in the throes of having to be relevant with this.
Sure.
I am in fucking social media world.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to be funny now. If I don't have anything funny to say about a situation, I'm not doing it. And then now that's what I am. It's like, and then still Simon fucking telling me today, why hasn't Craig Reynolds spoken up about this? I don't know why I sounded like fucking John Merrick there.
No, that was cool.
Speaking of great movies. I am a human being.
Great movie.
David Lynch again. There we go.
I think it's my favorite Lynch, honestly.
Oh, Elephant Man?
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a beautiful movie.
I feel like
Great
it's the most movie.
Absolutely,
It is the most movie. I don't know. I saw it really young and it just stuck with me forever.
Yeah. You know, it's produced by Mel Brooks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is
Crazy.
insane.
I know, yeah. He took his
Wild.
name off it so that nobody would think it's a comedy, but yeah.
Yeah.
Mel
Because it
Brooks.
sounds like Mel Brooks, the Elephant Man.
Yeah.
A hilarious romp.
It's about a man
through circus
who's an
performing.
elephant. So I'm on just funny things, and then people still get annoyed that you're not talking about stuff.
Yeah.
People are going to be mad no matter what, man.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Let me do what I fucking want.
I just want to live in the real world, you know?
See You Space Cowboy. Who else is on the run?
The other band on it is Omerta.
Oh my God, it's the weirdest tour of all time.
Oh yeah. And then there's a bunch of I don't really know who's on all the there's like regional support on I don't do you know who all it is off the top of your head?
I know Blind Equation, Cybergrind. Act
Blind Equation's
is
on a couple dates.
of the shows.
I'm all for this weird music resurgence so much. That tour fucking rips.
Ballista from Texas is on a couple of the Texas shows.
Been on the Florida shows too. Jeff's band?
Oh yeah. Fallen God's on the Florida shows.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jeff.
Yeah.
Big shout out Jeff. Yeah. We still haven't met. Which is such a bummer.
I think me and Jeff had like not even real beef. But Jeff talked shit about me a couple of times on Twitter. And then people sent it to me. And then I looked at his other tweets and I was like, I kind of like this guy though.
This guy's cool as fuck.
Funny dude.
Yeah. But it's just probably what people think about me. I think he was annoyed at the baddie core thing that I started.
Did you start that?
Oh, that was me.
Did you see our guitarist tweet in reference to that?
No.
She said coworker metalcore breaks down into two genres, baddie core and deployed core.
Hey, and that's fucking nail on the head.
Absolutely.
Like, I started it as a fucking joke, and then it just went like, there's a spot. If you put baddie core into Spotify, it's Sleep
there.
Tokens, Bad Omens.
I think Unprocessed, who we toured with, is in it too.
They're baddie core.
I fucking love that band.
They are awesome.
Speaking of
dude.
fucking hot dudes.
Oh yeah.
Jesus,
Manu?
man. All four of them.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yes.
Interesting for Germans to be that hot as well. No offense.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
I'm joking.
And they're so polite for Germans too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want them on the podcast, but I wasn't here. Oh, that was the Tesseract tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't here. I was gutted because that lineup fucking rips.
Dude, it was awesome.
I heard you got beef with Tesseract's lighting guy. We can't talk about that.
Oh man.
So, edit.
Why? Does it have to be an edit though?
Listen, LDs are rock stars.
Do you need to check lights on date 31 of the tour? How much of the show do you have to fucking rehearse?
Every headliner's LD is...
You know what? Fuck it. No edit. How many times do you have to run lights while we're fucking sound checking?
Yeah.
Our sound check, and it's fine that it did. We're not the headliner. I don't care. Our sound check was pushed almost every day to that tour. Mm-hmm. Do you have to be shining a goddamn spotlight in my face while I'm setting up our click rig?
He would put little passive aggressive messages on the stage like, don't put gear here, thanks. And I would just put my drum rug over it.
Nice. I think I accidentally got beef with Tesseract, and it sucks because they're one of my favorite bands.
Oh, really?
The merch rate thing, which I think was that tour, or was it?
No, it was the tour before it.
That.
They were like asking us to push the assets while that was going on, and we were like, no.
Yeah.
We were like, no.
I mean,
but we made fun of Jay for it the whole tour,
Yeah,
so
you
it
can't.
was fine.
I fucking love Joe. Jay was the first person ever on the Downbeat. He's an amazing, like, unbelievable drummer. Their record last year was my record of the year, 100%. Like, I fucking love that band.
Yeah.
However, we can't be taking those tips.
Yeah.
No, that sucks, man. Like, that is such a...
Merch people work so hard.
And also, though, like...
We don't have one.
Like, not that we... Who does merch?
All of us. We just rotate.
Take shifts.
I mean, I'll be real, just to be straight up, like, we make too much money on tips, like, to be able to afford to hire somebody. Like, sometimes tips are the reason why we, like, cross the, like, threshold that we need to cross to, like, make money on tour. So when we're able to afford a merch person, we'll get a merch person. But, like, you
need the tips.
We need the tips.
We're
at the
still
moment.
very much a working class band.
Yeah.
Like, we're really grinding out here.
Yeah, we are. And I don't mind it. I'll grind till the day I die. I don't give a shit. But
Yeah, but you're still young. What are you, 28, 30?
Yeah.
27.
27,
I'll be 28 in November. Yeah.
You'll grind. And then somewhere around, I think mine was like 32. I was like, no, I'm not going to sleep on a couch anymore. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to do it. I've done it for fucking 20 years by that point. I'm not doing it. I wasn't 12, 15.
He started touring at 12.
The intel on the merch thing was that... How do I know about the lighting guy?
Yeah.
I fucking know everything. I know fucking everything. People forget. The download fucking boycott shit. I knew they were dropping Barclays. And everyone's like, why is Craig Reynolds not talking about this?
Yeah.
Guess what? Everyone that actually knows any of these things is quiet because they fucking know. There's no point stirring the fucking pot.
Sure.
The merch guy thing it was actually a merch girl, was a band, not even Tesseract, had seen how much tips their merch person got paid on a tour and paid them out those tips, and it was 20 grand, and it was over a US tour, big band. But that band then got fucked because they'd paid them out, and then the Stripe fees came in later on for the card tips.
I heard about this. I know which band this is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that then fucked the band.
Yeah.
And that band then said, okay, we're going to split tips because it's much easier to, we'll split it once all of the fees and everything's gone by. And that's absolutely fucking fine.
Sure.
But then that sort of got round and a bunch of bands were like, oh, I guess we need to split tips now. Which is, again, you don't, but do it. Don't make a post about it. Are you fucking dumb?
No, like, literally, like, think whatever you want to think. Do not post it on the internet. Just shut up. Oh my God.
Well, that's going back to our social media conversation. Like, just don't put these things online. You know,
crazy.
why
Shutting
do you
up
have
is so important.
Why do you have to type it out and hit post? Just keep it internal. Like,
or just have like a few people. I got like 2 people that I can think of. One of them manages Tesseract, actually. But like, they're the people that I run my shit by. Like, I'm about to do something kind of crazy. Is this crazy? And then they tell me,
sure,
yes or no. Tom Williams is the other one. Tom Williams has been good with that lately because there's been a couple of times that I've posted something back in the day and he's been like, why the fuck have you done that?
Yeah.
And then now I'm like, can I do this? And he's like, yeah, go on then. And then now
that's awesome.
Now it's just jokes, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear a funny me and Tom Williams story?
I would love to hear that.
The day his kid was born.
Which kid? New kid?
First kid.
Yeah, okay.
The day his first kid was born. I didn't know he had another. I'm such a bad friend. Again, not on social media. I have no idea.
You should text him after this.
I will.
Congratulations.
Okay. We'll do. Yeah. The day his first kid was born, I just was like unaware of what was going on. And a couple days before, I had discovered that Hoobastank had a band before Hoobastank called Hoobastank. And the whole album sounds like Mr. Bungle. It's awesome.
Wow.
And I sent
this is worth a birthday text.
I sent it to Tom with just, have you ever heard this? And he was like, what are you doing?
He actually told you.
Oh, yeah. And I was like, oh, you're like at the hospital right now. He's like, yeah, I'm not listening to Hoobastank, dude.
Which is so funny.
I was like, shit.
Because the way Tom is like, he definitely found that funny. And his reply was definitely meant in a funny way, but at the same time, it could be taken as seriously. What the fuck are you doing?
Well, he's the one on his phone at the birth of his child. That's not all on you.
Fucking great point.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Great point. Oh, dying wish, I've got something coming up. Wait a minute, baby. If you don't know, Tom Williams is a guitarist in Straight from the Path, and he manages bands, and he's my best friend.
He's dope.
So I can make these jokes.
He's an awesome guy.
Who manages you guys?
His name is Tom Nolfo. Do you know him?
No.
Long Island boy.
Long Island boy.
Everyone.
Him and Scott Lee manage us.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Scotty.
Yeah.
Sick.
He'll FaceTime you to death.
I don't know him that. I know him from like, oh yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah.
I'm still the new guy to everyone from Long Island. I've been in Straight from the Path for nearly 9 years. And
and you're the new guy.
I'm the new guy because I'm not from Long Island. Oh, the new British guy. I actually usurped him by 2 years now. Okay, we didn't even fucking talk about that tour. But it's on now. Right now, that tour is on right now. If you're watching this on day of release, in fact, it starts tomorrow. Those bands are fucking crazy. Like, that's a crazy fucking... Everyone on this tour package has BPD. For sure. Situation. In a good way.
Sure.
Musical BPD. That Omerta band, I only heard them for the first time the other day, and I was like, again, like you guys, I'm like, if it sounds like it should be a fucking cartoons music, the music for a cartoon, I'm fucking in.
Dude, you know what's so funny is they sent us 3 songs like almost 2 years ago now, and one of them was that single that they just put out, Charade.
Yeah,
and when Gus sent it to me, I was like immediately we were in one of our cars listening to it, and I was like, oh, we have to step our game up like hard.
Yeah,
I was like,
we need to get crazier.
No, literally, I was like, oh fuck, this is like the coolest music I've ever heard. I love that band. They're awesome people. Awesome band.
Social media presence, crazy.
Social media presence is wild. Yeah. They're doing their thing though.
They are doing their thing.
That's what they do, man.
The only thing that I find funny, and I am just obviously better than everyone on the internet. Why is nobody the easiest dunk back to them? And I'm not a dunker because I think the band is great.
Yeah.
Because they go on these fucking rants, and their rants are, I agree with them, with the AI-ification of music.
Of course.
Metalcore being fucking boring, and I'm like, I'm fully on your team, guys. However, your name is Omerta. It's the most generic fucking metalcore name I could have fucking thought of. And I've not seen a single person say it.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Oh, come on. It's a Lamb of God song.
I know, but
when I think generic metalcore, I think of those verb the noun kind of band names. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess so.
There's like 5 I'm thinking of right now, but I want to tour with them, so I'm not going to say their name.
I'm not saying, what's your dream tour? Who would you dream for someone to ask you?
Oh my gosh.
Not Mr. Bungle, not Dillinger Escape Plan.
Right, yeah, like a feasible one.
Like a real band.
Yeah.
Like Deftones, probably. I would say Deftones.
You got a chance if Steph Carpenter's a fucking weirdo.
Chino's a weirdo.
Yeah.
Korn
also, yeah.
Korn would be fucking sick.
I don't know if it's feasible, but Fall Out Boy.
Oh god, that'd be so cool.
That wouldn't be feasible, would it?
No, I don't think so. They did take Every Time I Die out that one time.
Did they really?
Yeah, maybe.
Mania tour.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Fall Out Boy fans would fuck with us. They'd like us.
Maybe if we only played the soft shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who I'd like to see you with. I mean, I would literally that tour is probably the tour of the fucking year for psycho music. You ever listen to Sixth from the UK?
Our guitar player Dan does a lot.
Yeah, it's in there a little bit.
Dan went crazy for Sixth at Arctangent last year.
Oh yeah, Dan knows like 4 bands, and one of them is Sixth.
Yeah,
2 of them might be Sixth actually, but we were watching them, and I've never seen Dan know like every word to every song.
And that's a lot of words.
Yeah. Moshing in high vis, by the way.
Fuck yeah.
It was awesome. And I had really fucked up both of my knees the day before in Brighton because I tried to jump back on a stage and like hit both of my knees on the edge of the stage. So I was like standing there like basically crippled, just watching Dan go like a Beyblade in that pit. It was insane.
That's fun.
He
Happiest
loves that
I've ever
band.
seen him.
Happiest I've ever seen that guy for sure.
They were just too early, that band.
Yeah.
I think so, man.
Like I was into that band in 2003.
Yeah, they've been around a long time.
And
They're Australian?
No, UK.
Oh,
London. And they like their pinnacle album was 2006, and it's like it's if that album didn't exist, Periphery wouldn't exist. Like shit like that. I just feel like, and they left it too late to make a comeback, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, what I hope for them is that, like at Arctangent especially, it seems like they have this new wave of fans that are our age, or maybe younger than that because of Periphery, like Periphery putting them on and stuff like that. What I'm hoping for them is that if they put out another record, it does like really, really well.
Yeah, they did an EP and it did fine. The issue, I think, I don't know this for a fact, is Justin Hill, which was the old singer, the main singer, the guy that isn't going, he didn't do the reunion EP. And they did get another guy and he was great. But a lot of people.
He played at Arctangent.
So is he back then?
Yeah, he's back. They made a big statement, which I don't know you, Six, so I apologies if this is like a little, whatever. They made a statement on stage. They were like, the band is these two singers, and we will never be another two singers again. And I was like, oh, okay.
Threw the other guy under the bus.
I guess so.
I recorded my first band's first record was with Dan Weller, the guitarist, and Justin Hill, the singer. They produced it. Great guys.
Awesome.
Fucking great fucking dudes.
I'm sorry, I'm asking because I don't know. Were you in Fell Silent?
No.
Okay,
I wasn't.
all right.
But I
For
was
some
in a
reason, I
band.
thought
I was
you were.
a band called Viatrophy, which was like a death metal
That's
band
right,
around the
yeah.
same time.
Yeah,
we
that's
toured
right.
with Fell Silent.
A bunch,
fucking
yeah.
all
It's a
those
great
people.
death metal name.
Yeah, it's so fucking. But it sucked because everyone was like either calling us Via Trophy or Viatrophy or all this, and they're like, "What does it mean?" It was like we were like drunk and high, and so I was like googling horrible ways to die, and it was like
Viatrophy.
via atrophy, like literally like just wasting away. And then someone was like, "That's a great name for a band."
That's awesome. That's easily pronounceable. Let's roll.
Let me tell you, not a fucking great name for a band. Anyway, that tour is on fucking right now. You should go and see it because every band is fucking sick as fuck and weird. And I hope they weren't insulted by me saying their name sucked a murder because it doesn't suck. I love you. Come on the podcast.
They're great people. They'll understand. They're great people.
Yeah, they're funny and they make crazy music. They better fucking get it. I think we need to do like just top 5 movies because we've just glistened over movies.
Okay.
You first. I'm talking way too much.
All right, top 5. And this is a loose 5. I'll just off the top of my head. John Carpenter's The Thing. It Follows.
Oh, he's a horror man.
Yeah.
It Follows in your top 5 movies of all time.
I saw It Follows like 5 times in theaters when it came out. I thought it was just fantastic. And the score is terrifying. I think it's amazing. Mulholland Drive, like I already mentioned. I'm spacing on the last 2.
It Follows kind of, you can think, well, It Follows kind of started the bisexual lighting movement.
That's fair,
100%.
Like that movie came out and then every single movie and streamer and everything looked like that.
Well, there's that scene in It Follows where there's that really tall guy and he like ducks under the doorway and it's so scary. It's such a good jump scare.
It's a beautiful shot though. Like
it's amazing.
The way it's framed is amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like that was the first. I don't think it is A24, is it? But like the first of the like horror films can look nice.
I think it kind of started the whole like it's the 80s and it's scary, but that movie's like not even set in the 80s.
Yeah,
it's just literally
I
the
like
lighting.
that about that though, because
too.
You
it
don't
was
know
like,
what
it
time
looks
it's set.
80s,
Yeah.
but I feel like there's phones, so that's that's the only thing that makes it not 80s.
Yeah.
It's like I like that.
And then I guess 2001: A Space Odyssey, obviously.
Classic.
And then for a wild card, Drop Dead Gorgeous.
What's Drop Dead?
It's a comedy movie from the 90s. It
Who's
is
in it?
hysterical.
I don't think I've seen it.
Will Sasso's in it.
I haven't seen
It's
it.
like mostly women, and it's like a mockumentary about like a beauty queen competition in the Midwest. It is just so funny.
Maybe I have seen it. I do like a mockumentary vibe.
You ever seen Best in Show?
I was about to say Best. It
very
sounds
Best in
like
Show's amazing.
similar to
Very
Best in
similar
Show.
vibes.
Did you
Yeah.
see the follow-up that the Best in Show team made called Mascots?
Yeah.
So fucking funny.
But Best in Show is the same guy that did Spinal Tap, isn't it?
I did not know that.
I'm pretty fucking sure it is.
That makes sense.
He's gonna.
I think you're right about that.
Am I right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine. Simon, that's what you're fucking getting paid for. Simon.
Yeah, Christopher Guest directed Best in Show.
Wow.
And wrote the screenplay for Spinal Tap.
There we go.
That's awesome.
Both fucking incredible movies. I think I quote Spinal Tap every day. There'll be something from
I
Spinal
haven't seen
Tap
it
in
in
my day.
so long. It's been like 10 years
When
since
you
I've watched that movie.
rewatch it, you will realize how many just normal music terms just come from that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The fucking, even like the fucking amps going up to 11 shit, all of that fucking shit.
Sure, yeah, yeah, I knew about that
None
one.
More Black,
Gotcha.
all that shit. Anyway,
I'm gonna
carry
have to
on.
go back to it.
Lose 5.
Children of Men,
Nice
hell
fucking
yeah.
movie.
In Bruges,
Wild Card, great movie though.
Wild Card, but yeah, amazing movie. The Fountain, man, you said 2001, so
I can't have it.
The Fall, Tarsem sings The Fall.
You keep talking about this. I really want to see it.
You got to watch it, man. I think you'd
will.
love it.
I will.
It's amazing. Have you seen it?
No.
It's this passion project by the guy that did the movie The Cell. If
Yeah,
you've seen
yeah,
that,
I've seen The Cell.
So it took him like 6 years to make it. And he mostly self-funded it, which is crazy. And I think that's probably why he hasn't really directed anything else, is because he used all of his money on that. But it's Lee Pace, who like eventually went on to be in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he was in that show Pushing Daisies too.
I don't know that.
Yeah, American show. But he's a stuntman in like the early like silent film era. He's a stuntman who like breaks both of his legs, and he's in the hospital, and this little girl that is also in the same hospital as him like keeps coming to him to hear him tell her stories. And you like see the stories played out as like cinematically, and it's just a beautiful movie.
Getting loads of wrecks today.
And then you know what? Super wild card, because you said It Follows, Under the Silver Lake.
Oh,
What's
hell
that?
yeah.
It's the director of It Follows like follow up that put him in director jail.
Really? Is it bad?
No, it's
No.
amazing.
Why is he in director jail for it?
No one liked this movie, and also it may kind of allude to there being a Hollywood sex trafficking ring.
Oh,
Yeah.
in the movie?
Yes.
It's basically His Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, sick. I'm
Yeah.
in.
Andrew Garfield is the lead. Are there any more notable names in it?
The
How old is it?
2017?
2017. Yeah, just about.
I've seen it like 4 or 5 times now. It Follows is actually the movie I've seen the most times.
Really?
I love that movie. But yeah, we're the same. It Under the Silver Lake is like it's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's a weird movie. It's like a neo-noir conspiracy thriller kind of.
It's so awesome.
Nice.
Cool. I love it to death.
And there's a scene where Andrew Garfield beats up a child.
yeah,
which
he
is pretty
beats the
funny.
shit out of a kid
I'm fucking in.
because they touch his. Does he have a Mustang?
I think they egg his car.
Yeah,
And then
he has like
wham.
he has like the douchiest car imaginable. He lives in Silver Lake in LA, and like his car gets egged, and he sees the kids that did it, and he just beats the living dog shit out of them.
I saw a good child death recently in a movie.
Which one?
Where Evil Lurks. Spanish movie.
Ooh, okay. Have
On
not seen
Shudder. I
it.
think it came out this year.
Sick.
Okay.
I'm into my
We
Shudder.
definitely both have Shudder. So
Okay. Where Evil Lurks is fucking incredible.
cool. Yeah,
it's like a possession movie meets a zombie movie, but it's Spanish, like non-cliche shit. Basically, there's just like
Cool.
it's like zombie meets witchcraft meets like there's a small village, and it's like well known that there's people that like can be possessed, and they turn into like these fucking like mutated things, and there needs to be these people need to come in and fucking do the possession properly, or else it spreads and all this shit.
That's cool.
But it's like super unique, not like cliche. There's a bit where the demon possesses a fucking XL bully, and there's a fucking kid in the scene, and the kid gets like fucking faced.
Oh man.
Oh, let's go.
Like, it's real fucking topical shit. Does that mean I have to do my top 5?
yeah,
Yeah, please.
absolutely.
Old Boy number 1.
Sick.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking just love it. Love the twist. Love everything about it. It's fucking just the best.
Awesome.
I've already done a whole podcast on it, so
The Juice with Mike Monaco.
I feel like my basic one is American Psycho.
Such a good movie.
Because, and
really
I
is.
loved the book, and I loved the way that they got a woman to direct the movie. So
Yeah.
it had that. You really did get a sense, because the book is kind of just like gratuitous male excess.
Do you
sure,
like
yeah.
Bret Easton Ellis books, like in general?
Yeah.
I love them, but he's so fucked, man.
Okay.
Like,
That's where I was going. So I love him. Less Than
I love him to
Zero,
death.
like American
Less
Psycho.
Than Zero is so crazy, dude.
Insane.
I love
and
it.
then again, would much rather he just wasn't on Twitter. Because like I was just like,
I'm glad I don't see it. Yeah.
it's just like, oh, maybe you really like the shit in the books. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was and am a big fucking fan of his literature. Okay, that's 2. Now, there's a potential for the 3 to be Tom Cruise movies.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
I think let's just say Tom Cruise is 3, and I'll tell you the 3 that we can split this into, which is Vanilla Sky, Eyes Wide Shut, and The Last Samurai.
Dude, I love The Last Samurai.
People fucking hate it.
I don't know why. It's awesome.
It's so sick. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh my god,
I need to. I love Cruise.
Did you watch Shogun? Either of you?
I've seen the first episode.
I'm saving it for when I get back from tour.
It's basically, I think the reason people don't like Last Samurai, it is based on a true story, so it fucking happened, but it does have the whole like white
savior thing. Yeah.
But it's kind of a similar thing. Guy gets fucking kidnapped by samurais, becomes a samurai. But it's sick. It's got a nice little love story in it. Hans Zimmer fucking soundtrack.
Oh my gosh.
You can't go. Tom Cruise being a fucking badass. That's awesome. Ken Watanabe being a fucking badass.
Yeah. I love Ken Watanabe.
The guy that's actually in Shogun, he's the fucking Toranaga in Shogun, and he plays Scorpion in the latest Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy's
I love
badass.
that guy.
He's a fucking badass in Last
Yeah.
Samurai. He's the guy that like, doesn't like Tom Cruise. And
Yeah, that's right.
And
yeah,
eventually
cool.
they fucking love
Because
each other.
he's not the samurai he kills. He's the brother of the
I
samurai
think,
he kills?
brother, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, what fucking movie I want to watch right now.
Yeah, no, me too.
And Vanilla Sky is obviously, I fucking love Vanilla Sky.
Yeah.
And again, people don't really like that.
The best Tom Cruise movie, in my opinion, is Tropic Thunder. His role with the hairy arms is so funny.
Tropic Thunder is crazy, and it's crazy it dodged all the cancelling.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
It's literally like a meme in the van that we're like, you couldn't make it today.
But you couldn't.
No, you couldn't, but it's awesome.
But it is genuinely funny. I go, what? Does that mean I got 2 left?
You got 2 left.
I don't want to go real obscure.
I went real obscure.
know
You're fine.
this. There is a UK movie called Dead Man's Shoes. It's
Okay.
a revenge movie. It's really fucking obscure.
Sick.
You might be able to get it on like fucking BFI player or some shit.
Okay.
It's about, again, I love a twist and I love revenge.
Mm-hmm.
2 brothers go back to a little town that they grew up in to get revenge because the littlest brother was getting fucked around by these guys. And it is a fucking hell of a revenge story. Like, if I don't want to do any spoilers, good twist at the end, but it's fucking insanely brutally violent as well.
Awesome.
There's a bit where he gets a guy and like fucking, he like drugs a bunch of people so he can get in there and kill them. And he fucking stuffs this guy in a suitcase, like fucking beats him to death and then stuffs him in a suitcase and then opens the suitcase and there's just this mangled fucking guy in it. It's fucking awesome. I feel like I've got to put a comedy in there. I feel like just if it's like desert island movies, I'm going to be so depressed.
Sure.
Oh, fuck, Inception's in there. I'm a big fucking
Inception's so awesome.
Inception
man.
rocks.
Yeah, fuck.
That's the first movie I saw when I was a kid where I was like, it was the first time I was like, oh, real movies.
Yeah. Oh, this is it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Inception I saw Inception 3 times in the cinemas. And it was mostly because of Hans Zimmer's fucking, I mean, he changed the game.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Didn't exist.
Yeah, dude.
Now it's in fucking everything.
Yeah, no, he started that trend.
He started
for better or for worse.
There's the South Park episode where
Yeah.
it's literally all they fucking do. Yeah, so I guess it's Inception. But if I was going to put a comedy in there, if we got a 6, it'd be Dumb and Dumber.
I was going to say Dumb and Dumber if I
Dumb
didn't
and-
say Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Dumb and Dumber is like,
The funniest movie ever made.
every time I watch it, there's something new that I haven't fucking seen. I must have seen it 100 times.
When I was a kid, I was so obsessed with the opening scene where he's like, "It's okay, I'm a limo driver." And then he just
Every fucking time.
Yep.
I'm watching it, I'm like, God, that's a new fucking joke I didn't get. 2 Truths and a Lie, because you have to fucking sound check.
Yeah.
It's been glorious, by the way. I've really enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you so much, man.
Us too.
I'm so glad we got along like this. This is
Fuck
awesome.
yeah.
beginning of a wonderful friendship. I
I
think.
feel like I knew. You can tell by people's fucking like Twitter and the music they make. I was like, yeah, these are my people. They're fucking bunch of
That's
weirdos.
awesome.
David
That's awesome.
Lynch fucking tattoos. Fucking
Dude, yeah.
weird motherfuckers. Two truths and a lie.
You want to go
have
first?
them. You have them.
I have.
Oh wait, I had to come up with them. We both had to come up. I thought
No, just give me one. Just give me one set.
Okay.
I don't even know how the fucking game works.
I
People
don't
will
know.
tell me eventually they hate this bit, and then I'll get rid of it, like I did with the Dream Festival.
So do they have to be tour related? Carson mentioned they're supposed to be.
No, it's just the way I sell it to people. In case you don't know, is that it's basically just like two wild things that have happened, which you couldn't possibly shoehorn into a conversation in the podcast, which is entertaining for the viewer.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because most of the time what I was finding is I'd do an episode and then we'd be like packing down and talking and then they tell me some fucking crazy story. I'm like, where the fuck was that a minute ago? And they're like, well, it didn't come up. It's like, so this is a way for people to tell me their fucking crazy stories and just put one fake one in just to get the other two out.
One time I was on a tour and we got into 2 van accidents in one day. I have to do all 3. You don't got one?
I got one. I
Give me
got one.
Give me one.
One time we were playing we were playing somewhere, and a guy that got kicked out of the venue said that he was going to bomb the place when he was outside of the venue.
Okay.
There might be more to that if it's true.
If it's true.
I mean, it's definitely true because I saw the way you looked at each other.
Yeah.
And then this is you making up the lie.
On camera, yeah.
Yeah, so fuck this. Fuck this whole fucking bit.
It's okay, soft eyebrows. Go for it.
No, because now the game's done. You might as well just tell me the fucking 2 stories and we're done. What happened with the 2 van crashes in one day?
So we were driving, it was a different band. We were driving through Canada on like October 1st, which I guess is the start of their winter. And it was just a blizzard. And our guitar player was just driving too fast. And I was asleep in the back of the van in one of those bunks and I felt it shake. And I heard the driver go, fuck. And I put my hands on the ceiling and we just went down into a ditch.
Oh my God.
Like I said, blizzard, Canada. We were in that ditch for like 3-4 hours trying to get back.
Was everyone
up.
okay?
Yes. Luckily, it was terrifying. We were more shaken up than anything. But and then eventually a tow truck comes and gets us, and they pull us out, and they're like, "You need to be careful on this drive. Like, you do not go over 30 miles an hour. You know, we're driving 15 miles down the road or 15 minutes down the road." And he's just doing 60 again. And then van shakes, boom, another ditch.
Same vehicle.
Same vehicle.
What did it
15
look
minutes
like at the
later.
fucking end?
This was one of those, it was like an airport shuttle bus kind of van. So like, and it was renovated to have bunks in it, but like it was a nightmare. Then, you know, we're in ditch number 2. And at that point, the second tow truck took about 5 hours to come get us.
Jeez.
And then
And you're on tour?
it was the very end of the tour, yeah. So driving home from Canada
Of course
to
it was.
yeah, like the east coast of America. Tow us out of the ditch the second time, and they're like, "You cannot drive like this in these conditions. You're in a different country. You don't know what you're doing. Like if that happens again, no one will come get you." And then on we saw turned over 18-wheelers on the middle of the highway. You know, like a nightliner with a hockey team just crashed right behind us, missed us by like 100 feet maybe. It was just.
Fuck that drive. Fuck driving in Canada at that time of year, and fuck Salt Lake to Denver.
Oh, Salt Lake to Denver is demonic.
I'm out on
The
it.
worst.
I fly on it most times now because I'm too scared.
We have gotten lucky the last couple of times where it hasn't been like so overrun with snow, but there was like
It's even the
one
wind.
time.
It's even the fucking
The
wind is really
awful.
scary.
We did on the drugs tour, we did Denver to Kansas City, like dead of winter, and it like the snow was there was so much snow that I was like squinting, and
Yeah.
You were driving.
I was driving. Yeah, I think that's where snowblind comes from, right?
Yes.
You can go snowblind. Had no idea. Had no idea that like just looking at snow for too long can like fuck your vision up the same way you look at the sun.
Who was that tour with? That drugs band?
Drugs, Varials, and 156 Silence.
People always say I look like that guy from Drugs, which I'll take because
You
he's
have the
hot.
same name.
Because he's hot as fuck, and we have the same name.
Yeah.
To the point
Yeah.
where sometimes people will call me his name.
He's definitely taller.
Motherfucker.
He's so tall.
I know. Yeah.
I'd be fucking.
He's hot and
I'd be
tall. How annoying is that is?
unstoppable. Give me another foot. Unstoppable.
Oh, same.
That's a joke. I would I'd be 7 foot then. As you can see, as I'm fucking slouched in a chair.
Yeah.
You have to change my camera all the time. I'm 5'9". I'm actually 5'9.35". Okay.
Getting every little bit in there.
Honestly, because I broke my back and I lost like half an inch on my height because I got a compression fracture, and then now I think it's come back. Because I was doing the laser leveling. I was like, oh my God, I'm fucking 5'9" bang
shrinking,
on. I used to be 5'10".
Yeah.
But now I'm back. Anyway.
Dude, I think I'm 5'10". Like on a good day, I'm like a full 5'10". This lady that came out to take pictures of us was like, I don't know if this was her idea of a joke or something, but she was like the second I said like, I'm 5'10", just like in regular conversation and like not trying to pretend I'm taller. I did do that when I was younger for sure, but like not trying to pretend that I'm taller or anything. She was like, you're not 5'10". She was like, a doctor told you that to satiate your ego.
Wow.
And I was like,
it is a thing.
Fuck you.
It's like
I was like, you're fired.
It's like a running joke though, when everyone says they're 5'10", they're not. To the point where if you go on the Downbeat merch site, you know, like the model photos where you have to say what the model is. The model's always me. And then the model usually says, model is this height wearing a medium or whatever. My one says, Craig is 5'9", but he tells girls he's 5'10", and he's wearing a whatever size it is. But I don't really do that. I just thought it was funny. Yeah. But I definitely used to do that. Anyway, what was your true truths on the lie that's definitely true? The bomb threat?
Yeah. I mean, this is just like more funny than anything, but we were on tour with the Swedish band known as Avatar.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know them?
Yeah, I do know them.
So we were on tour with them. We were playing in Connecticut, playing Webster, and Avatar fans get real drunk sometimes.
They get at it.
They get at it.
Yeah, they got that whole Euro thing happening.
Yeah, for sure. Great people, cool bands, but their fans are crazy. And they did not like us very much. But this guy, I guess, was too drunk and whatever. So like we saw security like literally dragging him out by his feet. And we were like, oh, that's funny. And I just met Corey, who plays in the band Boundaries, who worked at the Webster at the time. And then like seconds after meeting him, he was dragging this guy out of the venue. And we were like, oh, that's pretty funny that guy tried to get in. And we all like remembered his face or whatever. And then we are like smoking weed, which was illegal. I don't know why I said that.
It's fine.
We were doing illegal things next to our bus or our van, and we see that same guy like sprinting back into the venue, like running from the sidewalk that our van is parked on, running into the venue
wearing a vest,
presumably, and just security immediately just lays him out on the ground. And I'm watching Corey, who I just met, like hold this guy down on the ground, and he's like, you can't come back. I don't want to have to call the police. Like we don't want to deal with this. And just like out of his mouth, he goes, I'm going to blow the place up.
Wow.
They go, all right, now you're getting arrested.
Like, yeah. Like I just saw them like groan. They're just like,
you just made this very serious.
Now we have to call the police. And we are all just dying because this is the funniest thing we've ever seen.
Sprinting is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Not a fit guy either.
No, it looked like the end of the hot dog sketch, and I think you should leave. He's like, yeah, you piece of dog shit.
Why was he sprinting back in?
Catch the show.
He wanted to see the rest of Avatar, man.
I thought it was
they played for an hour and 50 minutes.
My God, really?
It's a long show. He wanted to see the last 25.
No fucking way. I'll quit music before I play for an hour and 50.
Dude, same.
I mean, I'll do less if I was in like, I'll do it if I was in a fucking rock band, but I can't do this for an hour and 50.
No.
Fuck that.
Hour 50 of mathcore? God, no.
How long are you playing for tonight, Mathcore Kings?
52.
Cauldron's playing as well.
Cauldron's playing as well.
Good
Crazy band.
Yeah.
Rockers.
Crazy band.
Okay, well, let's go and do that. You've got a sound check.
We do have to do that.
We do have to sound check.
So fucking, have you misloaded it?
Yeah.
Someone else do load it.
Always.
What gives him the alcohol?
Oh shit! Yeah, that loading
too
sucks.
funny.
You need to go. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
so much for having us.
Out. We didn't even get into the fucking name. The name triggered for me yesterday.
Oh, the Dallas Cowboys
Yeah.
pun? Yeah.
Because I said it wrong, and then I was like, "Oh, that's what it fucking means."
How are you saying it?
No, as in I was saying the Callous Daoboys.
Yeah.
But then in my head, I thought because Dao is like Thai or Laos, Laotian.
Taoism, yeah.
But for star, and I was like, oh, maybe it's just some clever shit. And then I accidentally said the Dallas Cowboys, and then I went, oh.
Yeah.
I love that everybody has that moment.
Everybody
with our
has
band.
that moment. Yeah.
It's a good name. I like it.
Thank you.
It's crazy. Check out the Callous Daoboys on tour with See You Space Cowboy right the fuck now, unless you're watching this in the future, and then just fucking Google them, I guess.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.